Hey guys, I wanted to go into the practical part of 3D modeling. I think it's kind of important to know about these three major things that goes on in 3D modeling. Now, if you remember in one of our design classes, we did something called point, line, and plane. 3D modeling is very similar. We have a very similar three set of tools that go under different names, and they go by vertices, edges, and faces. I think it's very important for you guys to know these three before we move on to actually 3D modeling. So let's get into it. So vertices, what are they, right? In geometry, a vertex is a point where two or more curved lines or edges meet to intersect. As a consequence of this definition, the point where two lines meet to form an angle and the corners of polygons are vertices. So if you look, these two edges here meet, and in conjunction where they meet is a single vertex. Edges. An edge is the line that joins corners or surfaces of a shape. The edges of a two-dimensional flat shape are the line segments that make up the shape's sides, and the edges of the three-dimensional solid are the segments where the flat sides of the solid meet. Both flat and solid figures then have edges. So as you can see here in this little picture down here, that the edges are where these two vertices conjoin and a line is formed between them, and that forms an edge. Now faces. A face in mathematical terms is a flat surface of a shape. Faces are used in both plane shapes, which are two-dimensional, or a solid shape, which is three-dimensional. So for example, in a three-dimensional shape, you can see that there are three faces on this cube. But for example, if we wanted a two-dimensional object, we could just take this plane off of the top of this, and it would be a two-dimensional object instead of a three-dimensional object. And that's all I wanted to go over is a quick little overview. The vertices are points on an object. Faces are the faces of an object, and then you have edges, which are derivative vertices that form the faces. So that's going to be all for this video. In the next one, we're going to be going over how to 3D model finally, using vertices, edges, and faces. So I'll see you there.